The only ongoing problem that we have with this vehicle is the fact that it has 16-inch rims and low profile tires. And we've proved in the sand that, and we know, low profile tires don't work well off-road. There's no getting around it. And we let these tires down, and this vehicle that I know is very good in sand, because I've driven it in sand with different wheels and tires, and it's extremely capable, was not very good at all. And it's entirely down to the tires. And the challenge is finding tires and rims to fit this space for this vehicle. It's turned out to be quite a challenge. I'm Andrew St Pierre White. Join me as I share my passion for building four-wheel drive trucks and then travelling to the remotest parts of the world.
We're here today to try out two all-terrain, Vulcan all-terrain tyres, and then one highway terrain tyres. Yeah, we're not actually fitting today, but we're just going to see which one's best. So what are we fitting today?
Trying 3 different sizes on here. So you've got two 1.5/6.5/16s on there at the moment. There's a couple of options. We could go to a 2.35/70/16 in an all-terrain. That's going to be up there. It's going to be pretty tight fit and may reduce your forward driving ability. We can do a test fit with those. That will change it to 24mm in ride height. If we go to a 2.25, which is a safer option, start out 17/16. That's going to take it up 17.8mm. It'll give us a lot more clearance, but we can't get an all-terrain, so we're probably going to have to stick with a highway terrain.
How would the highway terrain deal with gravel?
The highway terrain is a pretty tough tyre. The one that we're offering in the Vulcan HT, it will do pretty well with the gravel. It'll do well in the sand, but it might struggle a bit in mud and things like that. Okay. As far as options go, the Falcon do a couple of different options. So we've got the highway terrain in the 2.25/70/16, and then we've got the AT3 in the 2.35/70/16. So when changing sizes, we know the rim's okay, running a 6.5-inch rim, so both tyres will fit on the rim. It's more the clearance around the vehicle and around the tyres. So we can do a test fit with the bigger tyres, see if that works. If that doesn't work, then we can look at the smaller option.
Without doubt, the biggest challenge of building this backpacker's Overlander has been the choice of tyre.
So there's no chance this one's going to fit. This one here may fit because it's lower rolling diameter but a little bit wider than the one we just tried on there.
We've had to make some compromises. One choice would be getting a smaller rim to increase the tyre profile. A higher profile tyre will always work better off-road than a lower profile tyre.
This one probably just fits in there, but probably not enough comfortable clearance.
So Kate can basically have a choice of a slightly bigger tyre in all-terrain, but it might be too big and it won't fit, or highway terrain that is not going to be as rugged but will definitely fit. So we're going to come back and they're going to test them both. We've done quite a bit of research. What we're trying to do is fit tyres that are a little bit bigger than standard, and we found that now with the Dunlop Grand Trek there were quite a few tyres that we could choose from. There was the one that we selected that was one size up from standard, and even one size up might be too big. When selecting a vehicle for a basic Overlander, this is one of the drawbacks of this type of vehicle, because you just don't have space in the wheel arch to fit a bigger tyre. And so here's a major limitation, and it's a major limitation because of all of the things fitted to an Overland vehicle. Basic or complex, probably the most important thing is a good set of robust tyres that will handle the terrain, handle the load. You can't skimp on tyre. If you do skimp on tyres, well then don't skimp on tyres. It's the one thing that when you make a list of all of the things that you're going to do with your basic Overlander, you put tyres at the top of the list and you get the best tyres you can find. and then you carry on from that point. That's the way I see it anyway. We finally settled on a Dunlop Grand Trek ATS 215/70 on the original 16-inch rims. I say settled because there was no way we could make the tyres much bigger.
Yeah, okay, either way, Bren.
What do you reckon?
Yeah, we've got clearance there. We can even just try it on the lock now, and we do a bit of a bounce test on it as well too. But looks like we've got more than sufficient clearance for it.
So once they've got the tyres sorted, which is very important, if anything probably the single most important thing to do, I would suggest putting some lights. They're going to be travelling at night occasionally, even if they're like me. I avoid driving at night, particularly in the wilderness areas, but sometimes it's just plain unavoidable. You want good illumination. Get some lights onto the front, and if they want to, longer range, they might want to fit fuel in the back, need some jerry cans, they need a way to tie those down, very important. And then the bulky items would need to probably go on the roof rack, because now space is starting to run short of space, and put them on the roof rack. Add a roof rack. What else do they really have to do? To do some quite adventurous long distance overland touring. What? Recovery equipment. Yeah, they've got to take their own recovery equipment. Because recovery equipment, remember, is not for you necessarily to be able to get out of a situation, but what happens if other people arrive to help you out and they don't have the kit? You must be able to use your own straps. So a basic recovery kit and gloves, very, very important. Does the vehicle have recovery points front and back? This one does, both front and back recovery points. So that's also very, very important. Does it have recovery points? So if you get into trouble, you can help yourself or somebody else can help you out. Vital. Where else are we going with this? What else is there? Okay, we're done. Packing system, electrical system, tyres are sorted, but you cannot go yet. In the next program, we are going to go shopping. You see, what's going to happen is that you're going to see a lot of things and you're going to say, oh, budget's tight. Do I really need that? Well, we're only going to talk about the things you really, really need, okay? Because these things are going to keep you safe, okay? And if you don't buy them and somebody you need to rescuing, the people rescuing you may roll their eyes and you mustn't get cross with them because it's your fault. Okay. See you next time. Thank you for watching. If you haven't already, subscribe and click the notifications bell so you don't miss our weekly videos.